Point. Joining us now is pollster and Fox News contributor Frank Luntz. Good morning, Frank. What do you think?
Good morning. I don't understand it. Donald Trump has always had a positive reputation for being candid, for being willing to say things that nobody else would say. But, and I apologize for my voice, it's left over from yesterday, but the public doesn't want someone who spent 5.5 years in a prisoner of war camp attacked. And this is not about John McCain. I want to be clear. This is about every veteran who has served this country in battle and has wondered every day whether this would be their last. I don't think that Trump understands that in the military, when you commit yourself to defend your country, that is the ultimate sacrifice. And unless he apologizes, then his campaign is doomed.
Wait a second, Frank. I'm not in any way, of course, defending what Trump said, and I revere John McCain's service, and I like John McCain as a man. But Trump wasn't attacking every veteran. He was attacking John McCain specifically. So why are we saying that this is an attack on everyone who served when it was an attack on one man who served?
Tucker, listen to the last sentence. It's that he respected people who weren't caught. So everyone could be caught.
But he was talking about John McCain. He's mad at McCain because McCain called him crazy. I mean, right?
Frank, does he need to apologize? That question was asked of him last night in that post-press conference after your interaction with him, and he said, I'm not going to apologize to John McCain. Does he need to apologize for this to go away?
Look, I'm the last person to believe you have to apologize. And Trump and I went back and forth about political correctness. And he said that I was being too hard on him or that I was expecting him to toe a certain line. But I have to tell you, this idea of service, you don't say, I respect people who weren't caught. You guys in New York do not understand the mindset of a veteran or the mindset of the Republican primary voter who holds the veteran to the highest level of respect and esteem. And when you put on a uniform to defend this country, you do not expect to be challenged or attacked by a presidential candidate. I just think that Donald Trump didn't realize the impact of what he said and that he could fix it over the next 24 hours. But if he doesn't, you're going to see protests not by a generation of undocumented workers. You're going to see protests from the American Legion. You're going to see protests from the veterans of foreign wars. This, please understand, I know this. This is the electorate. This is why I was given a chance to moderate this debate. This is offensive to a lot of people. And Donald Trump, who watches this program, can fix it if he clarifies and says to veterans, look, I respect your service, I appreciate it, and I'm grateful for it.
So you're saying that Trump needs to say to veterans, I wasn't attacking you, but it's okay to attack John McCain specifically? Because I guess here's why I'm arguing with you, because this is a tactic the left so often uses. You criticize Hillary Clinton, and all of a sudden you're attacking all women. You criticize Obama, all of a sudden you're a racist. It's fair to attack one person and that person not be a stand-in for a huge group of people. Do you see what I'm saying?
I see what you're saying, but Tucker, this is different. This is not how people saw it. You heard the response. Those were all Republican conservatives in the audience. This was a family leader debate. You could hear it. I urge you, and I know throughout the show you're going to play that segment again. Listen both to the sound of the audience when he said it, because they booed, and listen to the last line of what he said to me. If he had not said that, if it had just stayed on John McCain, and I respect his service, I just disagree with him on everything else, it would have been fine. But when he said, I respect people who didn't get caught, that's the line that if you don't hear it, Tucker, then you're missing what millions of Americans have heard over the last 12 hours.
No, we heard it. We heard it, absolutely. And, with all due respect, the people of New York certainly have reverence for Senator John McCain as well. In fact, the ship that he served on is parked right over here in the harbor, the USS Intrepid. Also, some of the candidates fired back immediately right to you. Former Governor of Texas, Rick Perry, said he should resign. He should call it quits. What do you think about that?
Senator Graham from South Carolina said that, used the line that you're fired. Again, I don't want this segment to come across as being anti-Trump. I'm being very careful here. But if he doesn't acknowledge, if he doesn't feel the insult that he would have caused, and I don't want to analyze this as the left has done to the right for years, trying to demonize those who have perfectly legitimate points of view.
Right.
But this is not left-right. These are veterans. These are people who we owe the utmost respect for, and POWs who were beaten and destroyed physically.
Nobody disagrees with you. Everybody, I think, every normal American looks at those men as heroes because they are. Very quickly, do you think that Senator McCain, who, again, I've always loved and still do, but owes an apology to people with sincere concerns about immigration for calling them, quote, crazies?
I think our whole system right now, and we're only into July of 2015, I think this whole system, we're insulting way too many people. We're being way too vicious. We're being way too uncivil. It is possible and desirable to have this debate for 2016, arguably the most important election since 1968, that we can have it in a civil and decent and respectful manner, that we don't have to start demonizing each other's supporters, that we don't have to start attacking people so personally and so viciously. Frankly, you guys, it has no place in American politics.
Right.
It seems like every election we sink further and further and further into the abyss.
True.
Let's have a smart intellectual conversation. Let's make people proud of this political process instead of accusing everybody of being crazy.
Frank Luntz.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for coming on.
And we do
Frank Luntz had a long night.
Yes,
We appreciate you waking up with us.
getting up.
Thanks, Frank.
Yeah.